everybody. My name is Beverly Moore, and I attend the Grambling State University. I will be your host for the convocation that is done by HBCU Walking Billboard. Today, our guest will be James Woodruff, who is a current student at Lincoln University of Missouri. Care to
Word,
introduce yourself?
Barry.
Hey. So, tell us a little bit about yourself before I get into the interview part.
Um, I can start off by I'm a 22-year-old male from Kansas City, Missouri. I went to University Academy
Whoop,
22
whoop,
as
what?
well. Yes. 2017 graduate. I currently go to Lincoln University. This will be my last semester, and I've been the head drum major for the Marching Musical Storm, as you can kind of see on the shirt right here. So I've been that for the past 3 years. I didn't do too much good in high school, but by the time that University Academy built me up, I was ready by the time I came to college. So that's
I
what I can
feel
pretty
that.
much
I
say.
feel that.
It was a whole change around. So yeah, that's all I can pretty much say. I do music now, and I'm currently the bookstore manager here at school while I'm currently in school. So yeah.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Well, we're going to jump right into the questions that I have for you.
Okay.
The first question, what do you think that you'll miss the most about your HBCU?
Oh shoot, not being home. That's number one for sure. Because it's a whole different vibe. You're not home. You have less to worry about from the troubles at home. You have more fun, and then it just opens your eyes to broader, more aspects of life in general. That's one thing I can say for sure.
Yeah, because being that grandma, you ready, like ready, but
See,
it's okay. Okay. So moving on to our next question. While attending your HBCU, what was the greatest challenge that you faced?
ooh, one of the challenges I faced was pretty much just like anybody else. My freshman year coming in, it's a challenge of balancing everything that you want to do and everything that you have to get done. So for me, I came in on a band scholarship, so I had to automatically have a 2.5 GPA. I was in band almost all day, including my classes, and then I knew I wanted to be part of a fraternity. So it was a thing of making sure I got my work done before the things I know I could do. So it was like, if it's spare time at the moment, let me just do some homework. Let me get that done. I know I ain't want to do this right now, but I might as well get it done right now so I can just have fun and not worry about schoolwork and be good with that GPA. You get the benefits just like from University Academy. We got the benefits of keeping a great GPA if you get over 3.0. And that's what I continuously shoot for compared to when I was in high school. I barely was able to play sports because of my GPA. And it just was like, why can't I play? But I'm in school. I do my work, but shoot, it's not good enough of how much work I'm doing. So it was
Yep.
like, that was my main thing of seeing what life was really more of compared to the difficulties of this life. Yeah, my bad issues. So yeah.
I get it. I get it. I get it.
So for
So
you,
basically,
how could I ask for
saying,
you though?
you said what?
For you though, how would it be for you?
One of the greatest challenges that I faced
Yeah.
so far since me being a junior would have to be um probably the same thing, like time management, just to make sure I'm getting things done. Because since I am an entrepreneur on campus, it's like I have to make sure I have time to do that, including taking 15, 16 credit hours, going to class, doing work study, like different things. So I definitely can understand when it comes to making sure your GPA is still where it needs to be and getting your work done. Like I get it. I get it. But this is not about me. This is about you. So moving on
I'm
to my
so
next
sorry. I gotta
question.
see.
Moving on to my next question. Do you think that HBCUs prepare students for the real world?
Uh, yes, they do. It's just on how that student takes the benefits of what the school is giving to you. Everything isn't going to be just out playing out. This is what you got to do. This is what you got to do. It's a thing of you have to grow as an adult. So from that freshman year, you still learning from your high school year. So by the time you become a sophomore going into your junior year, you got the mix of all right. I have to get financial aid done. I got to get my classes. I have to make sure my bills are paid if I'm staying off
Yes.
campus just like I do. So that's another bill. You got to worry about gas and jobs. So there you go for that. Whew.
So I do have an additional question that's not on the thing, but how does that make you feel when people say like HBCUs don't prepare you for the real world? Like, because I know it makes me feel some type of way, so I know it has to for you.
Uh, I can say it's a lot of people go by word of mouth. No matter what school you go to, everyone goes by word of mouth. So you might have that person that says this one thing about a school, but for another person, everything that they said was bad was everything that they benefited from. Whew, it's cold in here. I need to find a jacket. Give me a second. Hold on.
Well, while we're waiting, I want you guys to go to hbcuvälkommenbord.org and go surf through the website, see what we're about.
Yeah, so benefits of a bookstore, working at a bookstore. All Lincoln, all Lincoln Apparel. Go get your Lincoln Apparel at
All
lincolnushop.edu.
right. So on to the next question. What would be your biggest accomplishment thus far?
Uh, Shoot, just like I started off, me becoming drum major. That was my number one accomplishment. From me being in high school, I played trumpet from fourth grade until now, and that's over 12 years. So my in my mind, music is a passion of mine. Any art is a passion of mine. So me becoming drum major, it took so long. I had to learn so much. Being over so many people, just freshmen, just being over 50 freshmen and still having old heads come in, you have to deal with a lot of balancing what you say, how you say it, everybody's issues. So that's one thing that always comes to me. So it's like I have to deal for not just myself, but think about everybody broader out. So it was like I was always pushing to be drum major, but in high school I couldn't because my band needed me on trumpet. So it's some things that I had to sacrifice, and then I had to get the benefits after all, after the long run. So that's one of my biggest accomplishments. And then that played onto me doing music now.
Okay, okay. So into our last question. Um, so would you say like okay, I heard you say like that was your goal, but how can I phrase this question? I don't know how to phrase it right. That becoming drum major was your goal. But if you didn't become drum major, would there be something else that you would have done, like another thing that you would have want to accomplish?
Um, if I wouldn't have done drum major, I would say I would have done Mr. Lincoln, because for a while I was connected into the board, and so it was like I was seeing as the Mr. Lincoln pageants onto the Mr. HBCU pageants, and it was like
Hmm.
a lot of people be like, "You should try it," but I was like, "Shoot, the things you have to do as drum major take up so much time." So I couldn't focus on that. Wanted to be Mr. HBC or Mr. Lincoln or even Mr. HBCU compared
Hmm.
to being the drum major. But shoot, like everybody knows, if you the drum major of the band, you bigger than Mr. Lincoln. You bigger than Mr. HBCU of whatever school you go to. So that's me already knowing of how I know I wanted to be. So it's like it's a balance. I would have did Mr. Lincoln, but shoot, Mr. Lincoln, you got to do this. I can do this while drum major. So if I wouldn't, I would have just helped out throughout the band. I still did. Maybe Mr. Lincoln. So
All right. All right. Well, that moves us to our next portion of the show, which is how HBCU are you? So I'm gonna give you 30 seconds to answer these questions as correctly as possible. And we're just gonna go from there. You
we're going
ready?
broad. They just so broad questions. They just all out there.
They're kind of just random. You gotta just, go with the flow. Gotta see
Let,
how well you know.
let me see. Let me see what I can do. Let me see.
All right. So first question.
Oh, and I got a timer. Oh my god.
You do have a timer. Name the food that is likely served in the HBCU cafeteria on a Wednesday.
It should be pizza and fries.
Name at least 2 popular HBCU band songs.
Shoot, you got Neck, you got Hey Song by Crucial Conflict. I keep going, but let me just stop right there.
As you should. How many convocations does an HBCU have each year?
Shoot, I believe it's one. I know for sure it's one in the fall. It might be two, because I think it's one in the fall and in the spring.
Your time is definitely up, but it's really 2. One in the fall and in the spring. And did you say pizza and fries for what?
Yeah. Hey, I ain't gonna lie to you, Sodexo. If you got Sodexo at your school and you ain't got the school food, it's like shoot, it's a prep meal, so you used to fries, pizza.
No. On Wednesdays you have fried chicken. You know this.
That's on Thursdays. It's not on Wednesdays. See, we got soul food Thursdays.
Man, no. I guess grandma's the real HBCU, huh?
I don't know what y'all do at grandma. Y'all just now about to go to the Mardi Gras parade, which I've been.
All right. Well, is there any shout outs that you want to give before?
Shoot. Shout out to University Academy. Shout out to HBCU walking billboards. Every year they do this. Shout out to Kappa Kappa Psi National Honorary Band Fraternity Incorporated. KK, say. And that's all I can say. Link University Marching Musical Storm. Your drum major here. Otis Woodruff. Check me out. Social medias. Yeah, check out Bevs. You know Bevs.
Well, I just want to thank you for being a guest on the convocation. I really enjoyed our time here, and I will talk to you next time.
Thank you. Y'all be good.
All right, guys. So that concludes our show for today. Please stay tuned for next week's show. We will have another special guest on here, and I will see you guys later.